Okay, I know. Like and subscribe. You know, got to ask that, right? That's what they say. And but also this time, I'd like for you to comment on whether you like the real-time video with me talking my way through the carving, or if you prefer the time lapse with me doing a voiceover and just telling you kind of what I'm working on. I mean, you can kind of see what I'm working on without me saying it, but just let me know in the comments which one y'all like, and I'll kind of go from there. It's either way for me. It's about the same video work anyway. So let me know that in the comments which one you'd like, and we'll just go from there. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it. This one is going to be sped up. It's about 30, I think it was 35 minutes condensed into 10 or 11, whatever this ends up. And it's going to have a little more because I'm going to put the finished product at the end. So thanks for watching again. So I'm just starting here, picking up where I left off and working on the eye mounds. This is obviously a face, so it's like an eyes, nose, and mouth is going to determine what it looks like. And I just keep building the mound for the eye. Kind of already have the nose set pretty much. So from there, that's the way I usually work. And then I do the eyes and then the mouth. Some people do it in a different order, but that's the order I usually go in. But again, not all the time. Just keep going to smaller gouges, keeping everything rounded, not doing any sharp corners yet. Kind of work all around it on both sides. And as I do the eyes, then I notice the forehead sticks up too much, so I cut it down. And that's going to mean that later the headband needs to be cut down. All parts play off another, so when you change one thing, you really end up changing the whole thing. Got a big flat gouge there that goes across the forehead. I use it a lot for that. Just turn it upside down and use it. I work down the side of the forehead and set it in a little more, but again, I'm not doing any sharp edges. I'm leaving everything rounded. That left eye, I don't know why, but usually when I carve, my left eye ends up being bigger, and I have to work it down a lot more. And I'll just work on that and feel the other one to try to get them to be both the same size. And again, just changing tool sizes, going down to a smaller one, but still keeping them rounded. I'm pretty sure that's an 11 gouge. Not sure how wide, but kind of just drawing with it like I would a pencil. Wanting to set in the actual eyeball shape. I want to remember that it's real rounded. It's not flat. Now I used I was going to do that. Now I went to the nose. And I'm drawing down. I actually set this nose in a little wide. I guess I forgot my proportions, and it looked okay, but later I go back in and thin it up a little bit because it just looked nearly cartoonish wide. But I go ahead and cut around the corners and cut down that mouth line by the cheek. Again, using a rounded gouge where I don't paint a corner with the tools where I can't get out. Once you set that in, you end up rounding the mouth mound. And then enough of that, I go to the eyes. And this is about the only place I'll use an iPhone. And I cut just a straight cut, a stop cut on the top eyelid and carve the eye down. Carve it flat at that point from the cheek. Try to get them equal, the left and the right one. Especially I pay attention to where the corners are. And again, just carve wood down from that where it'll give it that little shadow.
On basswood, can do this in like one cut, but it takes several on catalpa or wood that's a little harder. And also, if you notice, I swap knives there because it's a long point and I can get down into the corner of the eye better with the long point. Kind of draw the bottom of the eye in. I didn't want to get it too big. I have a tendency to make the eyeballs too big, and I think even on the finished carving of this one, I could have made them just a little smaller and they still would have looked good. But again, make a stop cut on the bottom eyelid, and I'll cut down on the eyeball to that cut, using a gouge to kind of make a bag under the eye or to shape the bottom eyelid. And just keep working around the whole eye. Just cutting away stuff that doesn't need to be there. Reworking the nose a little bit. Putting in the bottom of the nostril where it can get some air. Come to life a little bit. And while I've got that tool, I went ahead and shaped the little diamond-shaped bony and cartilage part of the nose. I like for it to be a real strong feature. And that left some sharp edges, so I went in with that with the same tool and cut them down a little bit, softened them. Just keep working that part of the eye there, the nose, the eye, the eyebrow, the brow ridge, not really the eyebrow, but the brow ridge. And getting that cut down more where it doesn't stick up way too much. And again, that makes the forehead go down, it makes the eyebrows go down, so you have to cut all that. And at the time, I was thinking I was going to do a full head dress, but they ended up changing that, so that headdress is going to come back down. Now just working up around the nose. Making sure where to put the mouth in, and I do that with I think it's a 15 millimeter number 11. Do kind of a recurved bow shape for the lips. And again, that's a little big. It's not deep enough, but I don't want to get myself in a corner and mess up something where I can't get away from it. You see, I started to go in with a V-tool then, but changed my mind because I wasn't sure about how it would look. Shaping the upper lip from that facial crease from the cheek, from the nose and the cheek and the mouth area. Making sure that upper mouth is rounded. Really want to stay away from getting stuff too flat. And separating the bottom lip from the chin. Now I'm brave enough to go in with a V-tool and cut the lips, but it's a pretty big V-tool, so it's still, I end up changing them just a little bit from where I initially set them in here. I like doing as much work as I can with the tool I have, so I'm using the flat edge of the V-tool to shape the upper lips and the lower lips, and then go in with the gouge. And again, I'll move from that to a smaller gouge to get the final shapes. And I do quite a bit of work with the shapes, with the gouges turned upside down, especially the flatter ones. It gives a nice rounding effect. It kind of matches all the other cuts. I think that helps the final piece. Again, using a pretty good big size gouge to shape the upper lip. I think the bigger gouges that make bigger cuts give it a stronger look. The grain on this piece is really nice, and it's so different from one side to the other, but it's not distractingly different, but you can see a lot of white on this side, up around his cheeks, his forehead, the tip of his nose. And again, working on what I thought was going to be the headband, and I got away from that idea because where I have the carving screw in it to hold it, I had to be careful not to cut into that, so that kind of did away with the headband, and I had to change it and just give him hair. Back on the eyes, I'm always trying to improve that area between the eyes and the nose and the eyebrow. Or the brow ridge, sorry. But it's just a hard spot for me. Use the V-tool now to cut that crease in from the nose down to the mouth. Somehow I lost the recording of me doing the rest of this carving, so I'm just going to move on to the final piece.
Okay, just finishing up this piece, getting the wax off of it. I sprayed a clear lacquer on it and then put some wax on it. I'll try to get you a little close up there. Maybe you can see the grain in that. There's the feather over here. And that's the base. It's flat on the back with a hole in it. It can hang or it can sit on a desktop. Like it can sit like that, or it can hang on a wall. Anyway, I hope you liked the video of this carving, and hope you like the carving. But that's it. It's on another project. I've already got it started over here, so see what's next. Thanks for watching. We'll check with y'all later.